Good morning. Welcome to Norwal Farm. Michael Walsh here with Roger Norgel. We've been living here at the house now since Friday, and today is Wednesday, so starting to get settled in, getting used to the new routine. Still unpacking. Haven't got everything put away yet, but we're getting there. Today, got several odd jobs to do today. I want to blow out the water line on the water lines going to the pasture. It's a superficial line. And we got a ewe that got out. Got to get her back in, feed the sheep. And going to go pick up some alfalfa hay. Got to do that today. So got a lot to do. If you haven't, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. That helps our channel. Ring the notification bell. You get alerted of any new videos we put out. And if you would, please leave us a comment and share this video with a friend. Thanks for joining us today, and let's get started. These are our new Suffolk ewe lambs, and this is the one that got jumped right away when we put the ram in, but she's got a lot more red on her bum, so know for sure she's in. Got bred. And then this ewe here hadn't come in yet either, and so she got bred overnight. So everybody's been serviced once, and then we'll change his crayon to green since everybody's been serviced, and we'll leave him in another probably 3 weeks just to make sure that they're not coming in again. Got his crayon changed to blue. You're getting too close to me so you can't see it. There he is. Right there. He's quite the pet. We have to watch him though, because pets sometimes get too friendly and can butt you. But he's a nice ram. Anxious to see some registered lambs out of these ewes in him. Should be some nice ewes. This morning's the second morning in a row one of these ewes have been out. The fence is working, and I don't know where she's getting out for sure. But wire here, I think there's a little space between it. The top one's not electrified, so same thing down here, but that's just a little wide space there. I think she's probably jumping through there. So I'll just get the drill those insulators up and just narrow that a bit. I think that should work. Here's the knobs, so we just have to undo these. I got the fence off. There we go. Finish the other 3. So I raised that up about 2 inches on each post. It might be a little high for when we have baby lambs, but I think that's how she's getting out. So I got a controller now, and we can always raise this second one from the bottom. We can raise that up later if we have to, but we're going to do that for now, and I think that'll keep her in. I started feeding those ewe lambs twice a day on the baleage because the one hay rack full doesn't last a full day. Full last evening, they beat it down pretty well. So, and they're growing and they're also being bred. So, decided to feed them twice a day, and it's working out much better. They're not hungry; they're satisfied. Getting conditioned to this loader, so when it pulls up, they know there's more food coming. And I'm getting better at hitting the target. I'm going to hook the air hose up to this, and I haven't opened the north one yet, but the south one's open. What I do is I close all of them but the very end one, and then wait till that's blowing out air, and then go back along and just check them all. And then while this is blowing out, I'll go open the north ones. I just closed this one. It's a beautiful November day. A little breezy, but it's a beautiful day. We're just about to the south end. So here's one here, and then there's one that goes up there, right up to that post. So we'll leave that one open, and then we'll go open the north one. We're out alongside the box elder grove and headed down to the first water spigot. With this hilly terrain, gravity also drains it too, so it'll come down that hill and come out here. I was actually surprised the compressor was shut off, so maybe I've got all the ones on the south line shut off. So there we go. So that's possibly due to gravity, but she's also got that line charged with the air compressor. So we just do that until we get air out of all of them. Get your cardio workout walking these hills. It makes you kind of work a bit, but it's good. And like I said, the fence is off. Well, that's just got air. So my sense is it probably drained gravity, because when I disconnected it at the water hydrant a week or so ago, there's a lot of water that came out of it. So this probably drained down there. Got my buddies along for the walk today too. And that one's empty as well, so it probably drained gravity. We'll see how these up here. Probably water in those. We started this trek back there, so we come over there, up here, and we're going to proceed up to those woods up there. See what we got here. Yeah, nothing yet. So this may have all drained by gravity. I don't know. We'll see. This is the part of the hay field that we haven't grazed yet. So there's some good grazing out here. Not as much as last year because we had a drought. But I'm going to say hopefully we got another week. Each paddock's been lasting about 3 days. And we turned them out on Halloween. And this is either the 12th or the 13th. So we've gotten close to 2 weeks so far. Last one's down here. There we are. We stopped right before the creek, and then for the north field, we just hook a hose on here and put the water tank over there, so that way we didn't have to go through the creek. Now I'm thinking there should be water coming out of this one. There we go. So that's draining mostly gravity from up there. There could be some air pressure too. What I'm going to do is go back up as we go back, and I'll shut all those off that weren't draining water. That way they've got air in them, and then the air will build up and come all the way to the end of the line. So there's nothing coming out of this. I'm going to close it. And so that pipe going down into the ground is filled with air. So there will be an airlock in there preventing any water from coming up the pipe. So it'll send the air on down. We'll do the same thing on all the ones we've opened up. We're up here next to what we call the hill pasture. And there's the sheep and the goats out there. The dogs are alerting to us. And we just put them out there last night. So we're grazing some of it. This is kind of a dry area here. But there's still some leaves on it. Hi, pups! There's Garrett. There's Charm. And there's Champagne. Good job. Good job. You like this big field. And when they alert, the sheep coalesce and actually follow the dogs. Interesting animal behavior. And we've got Heidi out here too, the guardian llama. Don't need the extra protection, but I'd rather let her graze the alfalfa than feed her hay, because she eats a lot more than the sheep does. Just purely economics. We do socialize our guardian dogs to our family dogs. Chloe's not too keen on it, but Copper likes to play with them and keep them in check. Right? I think, Chloe. She'll get in their face though. And if you'll notice, the goats have separated into one herd, and the sheep are in a flock up there. That's very common. I gotta get the fence back on now, because goats will probably test it and get out. So the last spigot up there, I'm at the very south end now. There's nothing coming out, so I closed it. And the fence is on now. But we'll turn this on. And I don't see anything here either. So the south line is all good. And one thing I did this year that I didn't do last year was our first time, I took it apart and opened it up, and the majority of it drained by gravity. So I'll remember that next year and just unhook it and then leave it unhooked for a week and then come back and hook the line up. But there's just a couple places, I think, where it goes north. Most of this south line drained out good, but where it goes north, down there at that first one, it comes down the hill, and then up at the very north, from the top of the hill pasture, it drains down that way. So it'll drain most of that by gravity, and then just hook the air compressor on. So we're going to shut all this up, and then I'll go back and check the north. On our way to do the final check on the north water line, we had a ewe out here that was limping the day before yesterday, and she had improved yesterday, but caught her. Didn't find anything in the foot, so I'm thinking maybe she just had a clot of mud stuck in there and was bothering her. So we'll see how she's doing today. It was one of the Ile-de-France, number 13. She's one of the bigger ewes. I'll know her when I see her here. I like the way these are looking. They're really good condition. And the two Jacobs still lay off by themselves. They've always done that. There is Coco, one of the lambs that was in the Kohler bathtub commercial. One of our movie stars right there. And that's her. It was the left front. Just slightly favoring it. Nothing like 2 days ago. So either she had a clump of mud stuck in there, or maybe she sprained it or something, but there's no heat, no swelling, nothing in the foot, so she'll just rest it and take her time. We're at the very far north faucet, and just a little bit of water dripping, so I'm going to leave this one open because the compressor is running, and I don't want to shut them all because you don't want to build up a lot of air pressure in there in case it would have a weak spot in the underground pipe, and then you'd cause a leak next year. So we'll just leave this open. All the others are closed, and we'll go up and shut the air compressor off and disconnect it. And just in the short time it took me to check the water line, the sheep tend to follow the dogs. The dogs follow me up here, so they're up here and they're back grazing again. It's about noon, and a lot of times they go out around noon, 1 o'clock, start grazing again. And then they'll lay down again around 2 o'clock, take a nap, ruminate. And the goats are up at the building, and they'll probably stay up there until they get hungry, and then they'll come out too. So, gonna go up and shut the air compressor off. Stopped by to check them, and all my Dorpers are coming up to see me, and she's wanting me to pet her. She's pawing on me. For the most part, these guys are pretty friendly. And there's Freckles. She's the one that didn't claim her lamb last year, so. But in her defense, she had a placenta that didn't pass right away, and first time lammer, so she gets a second chance this year. But the Dorpers are pretty gentle, pretty quiet. Almost too quiet sometimes, they won't get out of the way, so. But most of the ewes, all the ewes are looking, that have been serviced, are looking right. Job is finished.